Hey everyone! Welcome back to Pro Tips. Today, I'm bringing you something that could change the way you work in Blender forever. Imagine having the power to create complex, intricate designs with just a few clicks. Imagine the ability to make infinite variations, sculpt stunning detail, and animate anything you want, all without starting from scratch every time. That's the magic of geometry nodes in Blender. So let's dive into the top 10 reasons why learning geometry nodes might just be the best decision you make for your 3D journey. Let's kick things off with something every artist dreams of: the ability to experiment freely without fear of messing up. Geometry nodes lets you adjust anything, at any time, without damaging your original design. For example, you could create a forest scene with thousands of trees, then change the spacing, density, or even tree type instantly. Compare that to traditional modeling, where any big change would mean hours of rework. With geometry nodes, every adjustment is non-destructive, making your workflow as flexible as you need it to be. Procedural design is like having the blueprints to a universe at your fingertips. With geometry nodes, you can set up rules for your models and let Blender generate complex structures for you. Imagine creating a realistic brick wall. Instead of painstakingly modeling each brick, you simply set up a few nodes, and the wall builds itself perfectly aligned, with variations in each brick if you want. It's like handing Blender the instructions and watching it do the hard work for you. Detail is everything, right? And with geometry nodes, you can add as much detail as you want with incredible precision. Let's say you're creating a rocky landscape. Instead of sculpting every bump and crack by hand, you can use procedural textures and instantly adjust the level of detail across the entire surface. It's like having a magic brush that lets you paint thousands of rocks at once, each with their unique textures and shapes. Time is money, and geometry nodes make everything faster. Need to duplicate a fence across a field? A railing across a staircase? With geometry nodes, you can do it all in seconds. Simply set up one node for your object, another to duplicate it in any pattern you want, and adjust the spacing in real time. The time savings are enormous, and once you try it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Imagine a field of flowers, each one slightly different in color, size, and shape. Manually creating that would take forever, right? Geometry nodes make this effortless. You set up a base design, add some randomization to your color or scale, and suddenly you have a unique scene filled with individual variations. It's pure creative freedom. You're building a world where everything is just the way you want it, and it's never been this easy. Here's where it gets really exciting. Geometry nodes don't just create static models, they let you bring things to life. Picture a wave rolling across the ocean or leaves rustling in the wind. With geometry nodes, you can create these effects procedurally, adjusting everything from speed to intensity. It's like having a control panel for nature, giving you animation capabilities that are mind-blowingly powerful yet incredibly intuitive. If you're into visual effects, geometry nodes are a dream come true. Think of them as your toolkit for creating realistic particle systems, rain effects, and even explosions. Need to scatter particles across a surface? Just plug in a few nodes, and there it is. What used to require heavy simulations and multiple plugins can now be done with a few adjustments. For VFX artists, this is huge. Imagine building a tree that you can use in any project, at any time, with just a click. With geometry nodes, you can save any setup as a node group and reuse it whenever you want. Think of it as building your own library of assets that are infinitely customizable. So instead of starting from scratch each time, you're stacking your own toolbox full of reusable, versatile pieces. Learning geometry nodes is like unlocking a secret level in 3D art. If you're used to traditional modeling, this is a whole new way of thinking, like creating art with code. You set the rules, and Blender follows them to create stunning, dynamic models. Once you've mastered this, you'll find yourself able to create complex, scalable models faster and more easily than ever before. Let's face it, technology is moving toward procedural workflows, and studios everywhere are looking for artists who understand this. By learning geometry nodes, you're not just keeping up with trends, you're preparing for the future. The skills you learn with geometry nodes transfer easily to other procedural tools, making you a valuable, adaptable asset in the industry. Drop a like if this video inspired you, subscribe for more Blender tips, and let me know in the comments which reason stood out the most to you. Thanks for watching, and let's keep creating. Drop a like if this video inspired you, subscribe for more Blender tips, and let me know in the comments which reason stood out the most to you. Thanks for watching, and let's keep creating.